Hi, fire signs. I owe you all a big apology, like a big one. The reason I am apologizing is because I got my message about when I turned off the camera. What the cards were saying. So I'd like to say, you remember the part of my reading when I said, look at the death card. Look at the kid and the clergyman. And the kid is like, what's going on? The little boy. And then the little girl was like, no, I don't want to see it. And the guy was dead behind the Grim Reaper. If you knew me, if you knew me, you'd know this to be true. I tend to like stick my foot in my mouth a lot. Like a lot. And I did. If somebody has a deceased family member and lost someone close to them, see, compassion. I don't know what it is. When I get nervous, I kind of forget. My bubble gets this big. My vision gets, and in my mouth it's like 222. If someone, fire signs, if someone did lose someone close to them, I'm sorry for your loss. It is, I'm not going to make an excuse because there was no excuse for that. It took me a minute to just think about what I said. 2:55 on the clock. I swear it's the truth. It just took me a minute to like think about what the card said. And then after I thought about what the card said, then I got the loving compassion. And then I got the nothing is black and white card, which also spoke of compassion. And then I thought back to what the reading was saying, 3:33 on the clock. If you lost someone or someone died, well, that's the same thing. Well, lost someone, or you lost a family member, you're no longer associated. If you're this or you're that, I want you to know, you're never alone. Your spirit guides are always with you. If you lost someone and you have to be with your family right now, 4:04 on the clock. And 4 is a big number for me, and so is 3. Which is the compassion part that I'm speaking of, because everybody kind of is going through their own thing. So if you did lose a family member, I'm sorry. I really stuck my foot in my mouth, and I really apologize. And I hope for 44 that everything will be okay. Sometimes you have to kind of just stick by family when you're going through things. And I get it. Sometimes it just is that way. So that's the kind of another thing that I read in the cards. I don't have the technology. I don't know what I'm doing on here yet as far as pausing, reading, this, that, and the other, coming right back to it. You know, there's some stuff I don't know hip to yet. But if you did, I'm embarrassed of myself and I apologize for your loss. God, if there is anybody out there that has lost a family member, are going through troubles, trials, tribulations, please look after them. And if they are ascending to you, please accept them into the kingdom of heaven. Amen, amen. Amen. If you did lose someone, I'm so sorry. And things will get better. If your family's going through something, if you're breaking up, if you're doing this, if you're doing that, like things just seem out of control. I went through that myself, and first off, God bless you. But secondly, breathe, meditate, do what you have to do, but everything will be okay. It'll be okay. I'm really sorry for your loss of any time, but everything will be okay. And that's hard to say to somebody because, like I've listened to people tell me that all the time, and I'm just like, you don't know, like, how do you know? I get like even more frustrated, even more like, like, what do you know? Like, but as time has passed, and I've lost these people, and like at first I was just like so angry, so frustrated. And it's like when my dark night of the soul like first started, And I was just like losing people left and right, and like my whole life was just seemed so chaotic and like going down the hill. My grandmother died, and like I had nowhere to go, nowhere to live. I felt like my whole world was caving in on me. I was alone. It took me like 2 years to get over that. I was alone, and I had family, like I had family. I still was alone. There was no one I could call. It felt like no one loved me. No one cared about me. Like, I lost my whole family, As the years have gone by, I realized, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, I have freaky ass guides staying in my house. Spirits. Knocking over stuff. Waking me up in the middle of the night at the same hour all the time. 3:03, 3:33, 2:22. Imagine drinking coffee when you're that dang sleepy. But they're telling me that I have a story to tell. If you lost somebody, I'm really sorry. Can you give me a second? My food is almost done. One second. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't burn down my house now. Feel me? Sorry about that. If I burn down in this beast, I can't tell my story. But I had nobody. Nobody. Everybody I met was just like, like when you're in a bad place and you just keep turning to bad things to cure that bad place, and you run into bad friends, and you keep having like weird things just happen. Like all of a sudden your car breaks down 11:22 and you're something weird happens, where like what happened to me 11:33. I was like supposed to move into an apartment, and then an apartment like didn't work out, and so I was stuck in a hotel for like almost 2 months waiting for another apartment, waiting to find one. In this city, like 1-bedrooms are not that easy to find. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment now. But that was the blessing, as I couldn't find one. So now I have an apartment with a bedroom and an office. It's just something I've always wanted. 12:12 on the clock. It's the truth. It's the beauty of it. It took a long time to get here, but I got here. 12:22, gratitude, thank you. But that was kind of the point. Is that not all that glitters is gold? Like moving right into a place was not what it was. But the patience, 12:44, and waiting. God will put you where he needs to put you until he puts you where he needs you to be. Where he wants you to be. So your ancestors will never leave you. You're never alone. You're like down to your last dollar, 13 on the clock. Down to your last dollar. Oh my God, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. All of a sudden, something just happened, 13:22. Something just happens, and you go somewhere, and like someone's sitting there, and all of a sudden, are you good, man? Yeah, I'm good. Want something to eat? I can come chill with me. Let's go out to eat. Okay, sure. You go to the bar. You really want to drink, but you don't have any money because you just spent it on, this, that, or the other. A hotel room. You're taking care of yourself. Spirit ain't never let you go. 14:04 o'clock. It will never let you down. I promise you, somebody at that bar is gonna buy you a beer. That's probably not the best way of handling that situation. 14 o'clock. It's not. It could become a bad habit. Just letting you know. It could be a bad way of suppressing your emotions because you're going to be emotional for a while. So that's a lot of drinking. From my experience, 14:33, my own experience, I went through that during this time period. 14:41. It is important that you try at this point to just meditate, breathe, try to stay as level-headed as you can. Do what you can. I don't know who needs to hear this, but 1505. Do what you can, because you'll start feeling better, just slowly but surely. And take your time, because rushing it isn't going to work either. Take your time, like cry, scream, yell, cuss out spirit. Shoot, I did. 1544, like a lot. I cuss them out all the time. At the same time, if they're there, then they know why you're doing it. Probably better than you do. They see right through you like a looking glass. You can't hide things from God. You can't hide things from things you can't see that's watching you. You don't know that's watching you behind closed doors. There's no door that's closed from spirit. So I'm sorry for your loss. See? Not everything is black and white. Right or wrong, true or false. If that is, and this is for all those who've lost anybody, COVID victims. I pray for the cat that gets run over on the street. So this is not outside of myself, 1717 on the clock. This is the honest God truth. If a cat gets run over, I prayed for a bird, but he didn't need my prayer. He's like, yeah, what you mean? He only had 1 foot. He didn't need my prayer. The other foot was already healed. The nub. It was healed. He didn't need my prayer, but I gave it to him. You know what I'm saying? He was fed, probably the fattest bird out there on 1 foot. He learned to hop around on his 1 foot. I swear that happened to me. I prayed for him. That bird did not need my prayer. That foot probably been gone for a good long minute. He just needed to be like, "What's up?" And I was like, "What's up, bird?" You know. It's great. What's up, homie? Where you headed? Shoot over here to get some food. I don't know. Sure. But probably didn't need my prayer. Shoot, apparently. He was already well taken care of by spirit, God, source, and universe. And I gave it to him. When I wake up in the morning, I say hi to the birds. They have a nest outside my front door. I found a nest outside my back door. That's why God, my spirit guides have been, and my tarot readers have been telling me for a week to buy a bird house. I go outside today and realize why they asked me to do that. Because they're nesting on top of my, okay, so they find, like, we have like little sprinkler systems on top of our doors. So they're building nests. And I think they're like mud nests or something, like they build them out of mud. So they built one over here. I was saying hi and hello to those birds every morning. It's the sweetest shit. Come to find out, I have one on my back porch now, which was not there when I moved in because the maintenance man knocked it down. If he knocks this one down, I'm going to be upset. Those are my birds. So And I had to go buy a bird's nest and bird seeds so that the birds can have food, so that they can, not worry about where they're going to eat, and they can watch their eggs and not have baby bird eggs, baby birds up there, until they become big baby birds. It's going to be fun. But I want a birdhouse. 2033. I didn't know. I haven't been out on my back porch because I always go through my front door. And the only time I open my back porch door is when I'm airing out my house. So now I have to get a bird's nest and a bird feeder. That way. So I do things like that. When I see people in car crashes, I pray for them. You never know. Everything might be okay. But even a loss of something so important like a vehicle, that's hard on them. That's like, I know what it's like not to have a vehicle. You remember when it snowed in Texas? I was walking that way. It sucked. My feet froze before I even got to the corner of the driveway of my apartment. And I had to walk all the way to where I was going, all the way back, all the way to the bus stop, all the way back. I was walking. It sucked. But it made me stronger. Like, it changed me. Every step of the way of coming out of my dark, coming upward from my dark night of the soul. And as I continue to ascend, and I pray to continue to ascend, but every way upward, every lesson I learn, everything I do, I try to thank God for that. So as you start to ascend out of that hurt, you will thank God for making it, because it can get hard. So whoever is dealing with deceased loved ones, lost friends, shoot, if you lost your dog, I'm sorry for your loss. Sincerely. Much love to you. And please, don't forget, yes, it's okay to pray for other people. But praying for yourself, 23 on my clock, praying for yourself is just important to me. Pray for your own healing. Praying for other people, 33 on the clock is so generous. But people who pray tend to not pray for themselves. Not for stuff. Even though if you pray for stuff, you never know. That stuff might just show up. Ask your angels. But pray for healing. Pray for praying for yourself, that you just are able to make it, that you get the strength. Pray for strength. Pray for the opening of your third eye. Pray for things. Pray for inner healing. Pray for whatever you need. One time I prayed for God to get me out of a situation. And it may not have been when I wanted it, but it was right on time. Always seems to happen that way. I mean, every time. Right on time. So, may not have it when you want it. But one, what is meant for you will never pass you by. And two, It'll be right on time for when you need it. Especially if you're taking care of people, like, when say your mom's mom dies, like, it's in the best interest, like, to take care of your mom. Because when a mom's mom died, don't forget, when your mom dies, how devastated are you gonna be? So if your mom's mom dies, it's devastating for them. Especially when you're older, like, at that point, like, you're like, literally, it's you, your husband, and your kids. That can, like, take a toll. So I pray for those who may have lost somebody. And love yourself first. Don't forget to pray for you. And when you pray for you and pray for someone else, then God will know exactly what to do. Right on time, 26. He will help you both. Much love to you. I'm sorry for your loss. Namaste. Grand rising. Bye, fire signs.